Hi everybody, today we're talking about the VW Amarok, but we're also talking about pickup trucks in general. So there's been a lot of news, whether you've seen it in the press, etc., regarding these vehicles. And from the 1st of April, these are going to be classed as a car, only for company car tax that's on that basis. So don't all panic straight away. And a lot of misleading information has been out there in the press, etc. But we've had some new information about it very recently, and we thought we'd share that with you today and give you a bit of a backstory as well as to what actually has happened and what's going to happen from the future. So basically at the moment, currently, these vehicles, so something like this in an Amarok wise, if you're a business user, for example, you could have this as a company vehicle. You pay benefit in kind on the basis that it is a commercial vehicle, which essentially is a fixed rate, fixed amount. I'm not going to get into the ins and outs and the things of it from on there, so because we're not offering any tax advice or anything on here, but essentially this is classed as a commercial vehicle for that benefit in kind. From the 1st of April, the government have decided this now is going to be classed as a car. If it's a car, benefit in kind is based on CO2 emissions. Obviously, this is a huge brick on wheels with a huge engine that's in there designed for pulling this, that and the other off the road. So the CO2 emissions, I'll be honest, are not great. And that's going to put you then in the highest category of benefit in kind on that basis. And thus so, we can pretty much guarantee, and we know from news that's coming up now, you're not going to see these on the road in the UK for much longer. The ones that people have got already, you will, because they've put something in there. If you buy one before the 1st of April, or you've got one on order before the 1st of April, you can carry on using that on the old terms until I think 2029. Again, check all these things with your accountants out there if you do. But what this is basically meaning for the UK pickup market is most people buy these for that specific reason, because if not, they could just go and buy a van and use a van, which obviously has the benefits of those. But this was a bit of a workaround because it had seats in the back and it was still a commercial vehicle because of what it's got in the back. And all this has been compounded. We've been worried as dealers because who's going to buy these come after April that's in there, and it's even got to the point now with the manufacturers, for example. So currently, as we speak at the moment, Volkswagen have ceased orders on the Volkswagen Amarok here in the UK. So you can't order a brand new one now on this vehicle that's in there, and that's until further notice. I would suspect, not had it confirmed, but I would suspect that we won't be seeing any more of these apart from what's actually left in stock and that's come through, because for most people who are buying them, for companies that are buying them, which is what the majority of people are doing, it just won't make any sense for them to actually carry on and do that in the future. So it'll be quite a sad thing, but essentially that's going in. Now what's important, and the reason why we're doing this video as well, is for everybody else out there as well, is because there's lots of rumours going around about road and licence costs, VAT costs, things like that, for example. Those are not changing on a vehicle like this. So this vehicle is classed as a commercial vehicle for those things. As always, speak to your tax advisors that's in there. We're not giving any information and we're not advising anybody of anything we shouldn't be. However, if you have a look at those, there's lots of information about road fund licence changes come April, and there are some quite big changes come in April as far as the cost per year on road fund licences from on there. But again, this really affects old vehicles, and that's kind of been misled in the press. We've seen lots of information about the vehicle behind us, quoting how much road fund licence is. Completely wrong, because they're quoting is based on what it would be if it was a car, and this is not a car for road fund licence purposes. So as always, we just thought we'd bring you the latest information, let you know, kind of dispel a few myths that's there as well. But basically, very sad to say, I think probably within 6 months we're not going to see many more of these actually hitting the road. So what's on the road will be the current ones. Whether they will consider bringing one in that's a single cab, and by that I mean that this bit at the back is all the bed. And believe it or not, in a lot of countries you can get this in both variations. In some countries you can only get it as a single cab and you can't get it as a double cab. However, this vehicle is a very big seller around the world in lots of other places, for example Australia, in South Africa, around there as well. So obviously they'll continue selling them there because this only applies to the UK market, because we're the only one that has this. We're the only one that has this taxation change depending on what type of vehicle it is and whether it's in a benefit in kind version of those that's in there as well. So as I said, basically from the 1st of April, on these, if you buy one after that date, for benefit in kind purposes anyway, it will be classed as a car and not as a commercial vehicle. Now on to the most important thing. If you want one of these and you want one as a company vehicle, if you're a owner of a company and you're looking at buying one, now is the time to get one. You've not got much long left. Once they're gone and there's no more in stock, there won't be any more after that. But if you get one now, again, check with your accountants and do your due diligence and all that kind of stuff that you need to do. But if you get one now, or you get an order in now, you're good until 2029, so you can continue running it on the old scheme, which is got on there as well. So hence the reason for doing it today, letting you know, because we're going to get lots and lots of people who are going to come in after that date who know nothing about this. And obviously, you know, we're going to be telling people probably not long after April, these probably won't even be in our showrooms. So that will be them gone on that basis, which will be a real shame because this is a cracking vehicle and it suits a lot of people. And it also suits a lot of people at the end of its 3 year, for example, of its business life. There's lots of you out there who use these as a recreational vehicle. And unfortunately, because of this particular taxation thing which has come out, and this is no way any political thing, this thing had been previously announced quite some time ago, and then there was a complete reversal because basically it knew how it was going to affect the industry as far as everybody who brings these into the UK to sell them. Also as well, things like farmers, for example, people in construction, all those type of areas as well. Obviously, it makes a huge difference to that. But it's been brought back in, so it's coming now, and the deadline is there. And we're all making plans on that basis that is how it's going to happen. So as I said, if you want one, now is definitely the time to get one.